Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with some more Rise of Mordor for you today, and this is the Goblin update. This is the new Rise of Mordor update that will be coming out, and yeah, the Goblins are being included in Rise of Mordor, so we have a new faction, which is awesome. I mean, we sort of had the Goblins at points with like the Moria faction, which was for lost factions, but now we have an official Goblins faction for the main mod, which will be coming out very soon. This new update, and there is loads of new stuff being added. There are new maps, including Moria. Obviously, if you've got the Goblins, you've got to have Moria, so there are Moria maps. We are actually on one of them here. We are on like Azunlabar or whatever it is that you call it, however you pronounce it. We have done battles for it before. We've tried to recreate it. But we now have a proper like Azanulabar map for like dwarves versus goblins, which is dwarves versus orcs, I should say, not goblins, which will be awesome. But yeah, as you may be able to see, there are plenty of new things being added. We have now actual trolls for Rise of Mordor, which is going to be amazing to see. These guys have like loads of different animations. They have over 20 different animations. They're like, I mean, the model looks amazing. It really does. I mean, but now you can basically see, as you go into battle, they have a cave troll. Because, oh boy, do they have plenty of cave trolls. You get 10 in a unit with the mountain trolls, which is awesome. And, yeah, I mean, obviously, if the goblins have trolls, then that obviously means Mordor has trolls. And they have they have mountain trolls as well, but you can also bring the more heavily armored Olog High, which is awesome to see. This is an amazing unit, so you can like recreate the Olog storming through the gates of Minas Tirith if you wanted to, or you can try and recreate your create your own sort of scenario with these guys in. And I'm sure that we're going to be seeing these plenty in siege battles to come, because these guys are pretty damn awesome. They are very elite, and yeah, I mean, look at their hammer. I mean, you'd not want to be a Gondorian soldier or something on the end of that. That is going to be pretty nasty. Or today you could be a goblin on the end of that, and I mean, they're pretty small, but they could get squashed even smaller in today's battle. But yeah, I mean, that's all that Mordor's had added is trolls, obviously. We've now obviously got the goblins as well. I will quickly go over at the end of the video and show you a few other things that there are as well, because there's loads and loads of new stuff. Like I said, loads of new maps. You now have like a like you can now just select a random map on the map of Middle Earth, which I will have mentioned now, but I will show you as well so you get a clearer idea of what I mean. Also, Isengard's had stuff added to it. Yeah, there's just been loads and loads added. But actually, I'm busily starting as pressing play. But let's actually have a look at some of these units. These are the High Chieftain's Guard. These are like an elite unit here. I mean, I love the swords that they have going on. It looks amazing. The armor as well. Unfortunately, like they seem a little bit dark. I think it's just because of the lighting. I've got the sun aiming the wrong way. And this on this map, I probably should have been facing where Mordor is, because they have a much nicer view. But yeah, as you can see here, these guys look also. I mean, they look very much like the goblins from the movies. These are goblin spear warriors. I haven't got every single unit here for the goblins. I've just got a good selection. We will obviously go over the entire roster. So yeah, these are goblin spear warriors. These are like a polearm unit. So it's really cool that the goblins have polearms. I think that's a really good idea. Gives them, they can then compete with some other factions in that sort of category. What else we got here? Goblin blade warriors. This is a more like medium melee infantry unit. Goblins, I feel like in this mod are really quick as well. They are really quick. I mean, look at that. Look at that sword. Looks awesome. The goblin there as well. I mean, they just look great. They really do. That's quite nice. Oh, these boys look amazing. I'm imagining not a lot of people will enjoy playing goblins, but I feel like just because you'd rather play Mordor or something if you can have trolls, you have cool units. But I think the goblins could be a really cool faction to see. I think we'll see lots of people play them initially, but then once they've had like their heyday, I think we'll see a massive reduction. But I don't know. I think goblins could be really cool. Obviously as well, these are Night Raiders, by the way. These are like an axe unit. Well, this is like melee infantry unit, but they're all quite equipped with axes, so I imagine they've got pretty good attack, melee attack. We've got goblin heavy archers here, which I actually think are pretty good, as we'll see in today's little replay. And personally, I think they're pretty good. But Like maybe just because they're facing Mordor. And then we've got Mordor Uruks as well, so they, even though they are independent from Mordor, they still have some Mordor influences of Mordor Uruks here. Not actually goblins, you know, Uruks, so something different there. They look pretty cool. That's a shock infantry unit. And then obviously we've seen the trolls, and then we've got the Goblin King back here, which is the general. Where is he? I just saw him. There he is, with his little crown on. He's not as fat as he is in the Hobbit, so clearly he's been on a diet. But there you go. We will get on with the video, and then we will see what happens. But yeah, also Dol Guldur being a evil faction as well. I forgot to mention Dol Guldur also has trolls. I believe they have Uruk-hai as an option. Whether they are in the same sort of armor, I don't know, as these guys. I wonder whether they put them in like the Dol Guldur armor. I haven't actually checked that out. But that would be very interesting if they put them in like their armor from like the Hobbit and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, now obviously with trolls added and the goblins added, and I think you're gonna see a lot more people playing evil. A lot more people playing evil. Could have a lot more like good versus evil scenarios, which a lot of people enjoy. I think good is still gonna be really good, like really strong. And they've got probably the better looking units, which I think will still draw players to play them in like online games. But I think like with trolls being added, and other interesting things for the evil factions of evil, like there's now Nafatoons for Isengard. They have White Hand Grenadiers, I think they're called. They throw grenades, so they're Nafatoons in effect. Which is awesome. That's not a unit I thought they'd add, but that's a really cool unit. I mean, I haven't even thought of the idea, but like, yeah, it works out. Like, Isengard's like a gunpowder faction, so that would totally work out. But yeah, anyway, I let the AI come towards me, even though I was supposed to be attacking. AI with its trolls, very, very aggressive. As soon as it seems to have trolls, they just seem to like just want to charge. But look at these boys; they're running up the hill. Run! Fat boys, run! There they come. They're going to make their way here. I'm going to quickly rush my archers back, though they may get in. I'm going to form shield wall with the goblins, and in come the trolls. They do still have elephant-like noises to them. I don't know whether they can change that. But I doubt that's on the top of their list. They just wanted to get these boys out. And I don't blame them. They look amazing. I mean, I do like their animations. They're like... When I know like Kaiser like just slams down his hammer, they look amazing. But yeah, I said in my trolls to counter charge. My trolls aren't as elite. These guys are elite. These guys are just trained. These are actually both are very heavy though. But yeah, mine are considerably cheaper. I think like 100. No, not 100. 500. Or maybe a little bit more cheaper. But with the support of infantry, they should do okay. And I mean, I've got my High Chieftain's Guard in here. These guys should hold the line. I feel like trolls kind of act a little bit like shock, really. Like you don't want to be sending them in on their own, like this either. I mean, a bit like shock and a bit like cav. Like, you don't want to send them in on their own like this, because I don't think they're going to do too great. Also, they are getting focused on by archers. But look at them. They look amazing. I know they were supposed to be really focusing on the goblins, but how can you not love the look of these guys? More trolls coming in. But we're starting to kill some of these trolls. Some of my goblin spear warriors are in there. They're not the greatest, like I said, polearms in the world, but I feel like having played a little bit with this update, I think like obviously polearms and archers are going to be the best counter to trolls that most armies can have. I think obviously you could use other things, like if you were Isengard, I guess you could use your explosive against the trolls, or you could just use trolls versus trolls. Trolls with a bit of infantry against isolated troll units, like I'm doing right now, is a good tactic. You can see these guys losing decisively. I actually sent one of my troll units over here because we have 3 units. There's 3 troll units on either side. They are limited to about 3. You are limited to 3 trolls per army. Like 3 mountain trolls, 3 Uruk-hai. But if you're Mordor, you have mountain trolls and Uruk-hai in your roster, so you could in theory bring 6 units of trolls. So 60 trolls, and that would be scary. That would be scary. But I mean, these Mordor Uruks are actually not too bad. I actually quite like them. They seem to be doing pretty well. I mean, they are fighting off pillagers, I mean, what are they? They're medium shock against medium shock. Maybe it's because they probably because they got the support of trolls, almost certainly. But Mordor orcs, they seem like they're okay. My trolls breaking there, so trolls do break. They are not unbreakable. Kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah, I'm now rushing down trying to take out these pillagers which quickly joined the fight. But yeah, that Olokai has rejoined us, so they rout, but it looks like they will re-rally. But yeah, I mean, this reminds me of this. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, look, they knock over like multiple units as well, and like their hits. It's just amazing. It really is. And now my trolls coming in over here dealing with these guys. That guy just got flattened. Poor guy. Oh, rip. But yeah, I mean, you can beat Olokai quite easily with mountain trolls if you have infantry support. You may lose some of your own trolls. I mean, well, actually, I've not lost any of them. I feel like in a normal game, trolls will focus trolls. Also, I mean, I don't know how great we're going to see them do. They're going to definitely be having to be treated a bit like mummoks. Like, you're going to have to wait for your ammo to, like, the enemy's ammo to dwindle, and then you send them in. Because they're going to be just subject to all archer fire. Like mummoks. Like, mummoks and trolls just get archer fired, like, to hell. They will. So that's the only problem. I can see it's not really a big problem because that's just basic tactics. But I don't know how many battles we'll see trolls actually be effective in. I think if you get 150, 200 kills, then you're doing well. I mean, you got to remember it's 10 guys. It's 10 guys trying to slap a load of people up, so it does take them time to rack up kills. But in maps like Moria, where it's probably pretty hard to get archfire, like really congested, like small choke points like that, throwing trolls in could be amazing. And at one point I did hear trolls were going to be like really good counters to like pikes and polearms. Like they would eventually die, but they could smash up a formation and allow infantry in. And like I remember hearing one of the devs saying, I don't know if if it's true, that the trolls could take on Fountain Guard, take on like several Fountain Guard if they came at them one at a time, which is pretty scary to think about. But I don't know whether they actually bothered to implement that. And the trolls, look at it, you just getting, like, I'm trying to get a good shot here of the Mordor Uruks, and you just barge your way in. So rude. But yeah, now Mordor is slowly attacking the rest of its army. It's a bit cheeky by me because I was supposed to attack, but the trolls kind of threw me off, and I was like, oh, you're just going to come charging up? I was going to just take this nice position on this hill. Yeah, focusing down these guards of the teeth as well. These guys get absolutely obliterated. And I get my trolls up because, like, well, I don't want them to get hit by polearms, because I wasn't entirely sure whether it was true whether they did damage to polearms. I actually lost most of my trolls over here to stakes, which I didn't even realize. It's so annoying. I'm actually going to chase after their archers. And I do like the way that they run. They're very quick, actually, the trolls. Look at this. Like, chase. I guess they got bigger steps than everyone else. Just look at that, running over these orcs. Like, they don't even care. Shame that doesn't actually kill them. Like, that doesn't actually do damage. Well, maybe it does. They are starting to die now. They're not all getting up, that's for sure. The only problem I see with this map so far, just for devs and stuff to realize, this rock here, units go through it. Like, it's not solid. You can see right now, like, servants of the eye just going to sneak on through. I don't know if they can sort that, but that's something that I definitely, if I was the devs, I'd sort out. But apart from that, this map's pretty cool, I will admit. I feel like attackers, I'm apparently technically an attacker. I think attackers should be on this side, because that's Moria over there. You can see Moria's just like chilling in the back. But yeah, so that's a separate map. There are separate Moria maps for indoors. I will maybe show that in another video. I think we are obviously gonna have to do some Moria scenarios. But yeah, that will be in a different. That'll be shown in a different video. I mean, I could do another update video. Really, there is so much going on. If you'd like to see like me cover other factions or something like that in another update, because there's actually so much that's changed. It is arguably their biggest update to date. It looks awesome. It really does. Goblins down here battling away, biting at ankles probably. I mean, you thought the orcs are small. Look at these guys, they're even smaller. The trolls coming in as well, making their trumpeting noises as they do. That famous noise that the trolls made, sounding like elephants. Yeah, Mordor struggling. I mean, I'd be interested to see how Goblins do up against, say, someone like Gondor. I would have possibly put them up against someone like Gondor or the Dwarves. That would be obviously who we want to see them really up against. But we've seen the Dwarves a million times. We haven't seen like the Olog High of Mordor before. So I thought, why not? What better matchup than to show off both trolls and also to show off the Goblins. But the Goblins are really cool. I think they're actually a really handy unit. Like, I don't know. I think they're really, really good. I'm certainly going to enjoy using them. I think it's definitely going to be a sort of an army that you can spam out a lot of troops. Spam out a lot of troops and take on someone like the Dwarves, because you just have numbers. Like 225 in a unit, 190. I mean, it's similar sort of scale to what Mordor has. These are just my light infantry, and they're fighting on against Guards of the Thief. They're probably not going to get many kills, but they're just helping surround these guys. I don't know, they are dropping pretty quickly. It's because they're repositioning. They're repositioning and they're getting cut down by shock. Yeah, that's a shame. And they're going to break pretty quickly. And as you can see, the general over here is starting to waver. That's never a good sign if it's Mordor, because if he dies, yep, there he goes. Mordor's going to die. And there you go. Everything's broken bar this one arch unit, which has no ammo. They're brave, just fight on. Just flee for your lives, and there you go, the Goblins win. I mean, I took considerable losses. I mean, I took about 800 or so, I think. But, yeah, I mean, we both sides have 3,000 men. So, yeah, Goblins will be equally pumping out those numbers like Mordor. And they could have been more, but if the Trolls weren't involved, because they, you only get 10 of them per unit. But yeah, we'll quickly have a look at some unit kills. I mean, I don't know how much to take these into consideration, because it is against AI and also against Mordor, which, even though it's not the strongest it's stronger now obviously with trolls, their infantry is still kind of meh, which is as it should be, because it's Mordor. And it's the same with Goblins. I don't think theirs is excellent. I think they're still going to be having a tough time against things like Gondor infantry, bar their Hive Chieftain's guards, which are elite. I think they're going to struggle against Gondor infantry. If we use Gondor as a base, good faction, and maybe against Rohan they do pretty well. But 175 kills for Night Raid is pretty damn good for a light infantry unit. I don't know what they were fighting, but yeah, they did pretty well. They must have been. I think they were fighting on the right flank, helping my trolls out. Yeah, my infantry got pretty bad because it was fighting the Uruk-hai, but still managed to get 150, 160 kills. My shock did really well, 315 kills, 468 kills. These guys did really, really well. I mean, again, AI wasn't really focusing them down, so they were able to do quite well. But yeah, still really good. 88 kills with the Goblin Spear Warriors. They did a very good counter to the Trolls. Archers, 90 kills, 137. Trolls, 180. I mean, the others not so great, but I did keep putting them in and out of combat because I didn't want them to get tired. I kind of wanted to keep them fresh and rest up a bit. Mordor, 105 kills for Orc Warriors, okay. Polearm's not great. Orc Pillagers, 89 kills. Trolls for them, nearly getting 100 kills as well. The Trolls, again, doing really, really well. They did smash a lot of my Goblins down. But yeah, we'll quickly now go over some of the the rest of the roster. This is Goblin King can have High Chieftain. I mean, I miss out Goblin Scrappers and Goblin Light Infantry because I think they're not going to be that great. They're going to be your low tier stuff. I mean, Night Raids are your mid tier, apparently, and they're still light infantry. You got Goblin Warband, which is another unit. There's another Underground Wardens, which is another lower tier polearm unit. They've got Mountain Pass Scouts. You've got Snaga Javelins, but apart from that, that is everything. And then yeah, you've got Doggle Door has got its new trolls, Olog-hai. You now have Mordor with its trolls, and you have Isengard with now has Lurtz as well, so you can play with Lurtz. He's an Uruk-hai archer general unit, which is really cool. I was more expensive. I wonder how good he is. Is he pretty good? I don't know. Melee attacks. Let's compare that quickly. Oh yeah, their melee attack and stuff is just massively better. Melee damage. He has excellent melee defense, but still poor accuracy. Wow, they just did not bother. I guess it is just Lurtz. But anyway, yes, this is what we're here for. White Hand Grenadiers. Good armor, average accuracy, average melee defense. I mean, I have done a Isengard unit overview I don't know if I'll do another one, but yeah, the White Hand Grenadiers being in there. Oh my gosh, these guys look like could be exciting to see. Yeah, they just look really, really cool. So they have little grenades. You can have 3 of them. So like, I know people love bringing the sappers to blow up stuff, blow up units. Bringing these guys may also be a viable opportunity. Like, they may replace the sappers, and I don't know how often you'll see sappers now, because even though these guys have like massive damage, these guys you can use them like multiple times. They'll have like what 3 rounds each. It looks like half orc axes as well got a redo. Their unit card has anyway. I presume the unit has as well. And there's also half orc spears now, which is a new unit. So like Isengard actually has a spear unit, which to be fair, I hadn't even realized it didn't even have one. So yeah, that's kind of key. I think that's all that's been added. To be honest, I don't think there's anything else that's been added because it's kind of really a main focus on like the Orc and Uruk factions in this one. But yeah, now as you can see, this is the map. So now to this day, you can like in Attila, you can click on a random part of the Uruk map, and it will give you a random map. You can now do this with the Rise of Mordor one, and it will now give you a random map in, say, Mordor. You're like, oh, I don't know, I'll just play in this random part of Mordor. Or you can play in the random part of, say, like, the woods over here, which I've forgotten what they're even called. I've forgotten, you know what. But yeah, you could do that, or you could play, I don't know, somewhere like, say, Linden, like over here, near the Grey Havens. Up to you entirely. Or you could find the Shire. They haven't changed the names. I don't know if they can do that, but like it still says like Colonia Agrippiana, like Rontomegas here. I don't know if they can do that, if they can change that, but that would be a shame. I've still actually got my favorite here, which is one of the main maps, Torunum here. So don't know, might need to get rid of that. But yeah, I was playing on Moria Azun Bazaar, but we have loads of new ones. So we've got like Mount Doom now. These like all these eye ones are the new ones, and all of the Steam icon ones are the ones that came across. But yeah, so there are loads. Gondorian Countryside, Gorgoroth Plateau. Yeah, there are so many. Moria Azuna, that's the one we just played on. But yeah, there's loads of Moria ones. There's obviously Moria Assault now as well. We've got Dol Amroth as a map now as well, which is awesome. Yeah, Zirak Zigil is a map as well. I don't know what other ones there are. Is it Unfortified Town Assault perhaps? Yeah, Moria Barimzabar and Moria Darodelf are also 2 unfortified town assaults. So they'll be interesting to use. Yeah, there are actually now port assault ones. You've got Nunalond is now a port assault. You've got Longarland as a port assault. Whether it'll load up, I don't know. And then you got, yeah, there you go. Longarland's now a port assault. So they've changed Longarland massively. Dol Amroth's now a port assault. And also, Anunalon's now a port assault. And I think Anunalon looks like the most exciting of the lot because it's got a river right down it. So I wonder whether you could land inside Anunalon. That would be very cool. Like you could you attack from the sea and you actually can get inside the walls. That would be very, very cool. That could cause all sorts of havoc. But yeah, there are loads of new stuff added. This is going to be the largest update ever for Rise of Mordor. And I'm excited to see what happens. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.